What's going on, guys? It's Jimmy here. Welcome to our daily show where we discuss everything going on here in our country that you need to know about here on a daily basis, including money, investing, the stock market, the fourth stimulus package update, inflation, gas prices. It's all crazy here right now here. Yeah, if you haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel yet, make sure to click the subscribe button down below so you don't miss out on new videos. And also, thanks so much for hitting the like button for us down below. It really helps out our YouTube channel. Yeah, you can see here the US is on the cusp of falling gas prices, as gas prices have been dropping for a while now. You can see here, in fact, I actually have this headline here. Southern California gas prices have been dropping for the 22nd day in a row now. So it's just a kind of a headline I have here from the Orange County Register. So we're seeing gas prices drop here all across the country, but not enough. But not enough here. This comes as oil has tumbled. The price of oil has tumbled as much as 10% and has dropped below $100 a barrel as recession fears mount. And this is because people just can't afford gas. It's too expensive. So people are driving less. People are driving less. And the other question here is because of this, there was a national boycott called here over the July 4th weekend on social media. And gas prices have continued to drop. Did it work? That's a good question. That's a good question. It's probably just a coincidence, at least according to one expert. But a recent dip in US gas prices has coincided with calls for a national boycott of gas stations that have been circulating on social media here over the last month. Over the last month. Have you seen anything like this? Have you boycotted gas? Have you seen anybody talking about it? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Yeah, this gas boycott campaign, which started on TikTok, calling consumers to avoid buying gas from July 3rd to July 5th, right during the busy July 4th weekend, with tens of millions of drivers on the road. One TikTok video viewed about 15 million times has generated over 400 million views across the social media platform. Meanwhile, gas prices in the US have been on a steady decline, and the average price as of July 5th was $4.80 a gallon. It's now down to $4.77 a gallon, 477.9. So it continues to drop here, as you can see the national average prices of gas here in the US. Diesel dropping as well, down to $5.71, still about $1 more per gallon. You can see here a week ago, it was about 10 cents more for regular, so it's dropped about 10 cents in a week. That's not bad. Diesel dropped about 7 cents in a week here, but you can still see still very, very high. Still very, very high. And you can see here the price of oil per barrel down below 100. WTI crude down to $98 a barrel. Brent crude also at 100. The last time I seen Brent crude at 100, I cannot even remember. It's been a long time. Same thing for WTI crude to be below 100. It's been a long time. It's been a long time. So the question here is, since this is below 100 at 100, why on earth is gas at 477 a gallon and diesel at 571 a gallon? It's insane. And you look at the price of gas in California, 621 a gallon and diesel at 689. I mean, that's basically still $7 a gallon for diesel, $6.21 for regular. If you're in LA metro area or some other areas, it's even higher. I mean, wow. These gas prices are just insanely high. They're much, much higher than $98 a barrel of oil. I mean, we're just a few pennies here below the highest recorded average here for the US. We're not on California anymore. We're back to the US of 501 for regular and 581 for diesel. Remember, diesel affects our price of regular food and everything that goes to the stores and grocery store. That's all got to get delivered via diesel semi trucks. So all that stuff is built in to everything you buy. 501 and 581 here. I mean, that's only diesel's only 10 cents below the highest cost ever. And 501, I mean, that's about a quarter less. And oil is at less than $100 a barrel. I mean, the all-time high here of you could see here in 2008, the price of oil was at 147 a barrel. That was the all-time high. And if you inflation adjust it, because again, that was in 2008, if you equated that to today's in 2022, that would be well over 160. And we're at $99 a barrel right now. We're $98 a barrel now, right, guys? We're not at 147. Okay. So with gas or with oil being at $98 a barrel, why on earth is gas at 477 per gallon and 571 for diesel? This is literally the most obvious case of oil companies and gas companies ripping us off and monopoly and just taking advantage of us, gouging us, price gouging us. If you've ever seen it ever, you can literally see the cost of the oil that they're buying. I just showed it to you. So you know what their costs are. They're just literally ripping us off by the billions, by the billions. And here's some just kind of recent headlines here from just in July here. Exxon Mobil signals operating profits could double over the first quarter, which was a record quarter for them as well. They're saying they could double over that quarter as if they weren't making enough money yet. Wow. Here's another one here. Oil companies are raking in record profits in this gas company. The Biden administration is asking refineries to improve capacity and explain any capacity reductions since 2020. I can explain it. They want billions of dollars. The more billions they can get, the better. Here's another headline from just a day or two ago. ExxonMobil profits set to soar again. White House wants more oil. Here's another one. Biden administration pushes more ocean drilling amid record oil and gas profits. With new drilling permits proposed in the Gulf of Mexico and Alaska, a public citizen study finds that low royalties left fossil fuel producers maximizing earnings. And guess what, guys? They're going to get away with it for as long as they're allowed to. For as long as they're allowed to. So, and remember that I'll show you this right here. You can see it. House Democrats pass bill against gas price gouging in the House with no Republican votes. This was May 19th. So they passed it in the House, but without a single Republican vote. So as far as I know, the Senate has not taken it up because they cannot pass it without any Republican votes. They need 10 Republican votes in the Senate to pass it and hold these gas and oil companies like Exxon, Chevron, Shell, BP to hold them accountable. And if you think this can't happen, the UK already did it. And guess what? They're giving the money back to the people. Yeah, here it is. Literally a week after the US tried to pass it, or they did pass it in the House, but not the Senate. UK slaps one-off tax on oil and gas giants to ease the pain of soaring household energy bills. Yeah. So they're literally going to be giving the money back to the people on this windfall tax. If the UK can do it, the US can do it. They literally just need the votes. Literally just need the votes. Meanwhile, the Fed says with their latest meeting here that just happened, they're probably alluding to that they are going to be going ahead with another interest rate hike, a triple interest rate hike that they call this here, of 0.75 again, interest rate hike here. So they already did a 0.75 interest rate hike here last month, and now they're going to be doing another one most likely here in July. So that will be a 1.5% interest rate hike here on interest rates here in basically the span of June and July to try to keep interest rates under control. Federal Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell has said that the Fed could hike interest rates by either 50 basis points or another 75 basis points here in July. This comes after policymakers raised rates by 75 basis points already in June, and that was the largest interest rate hike since 1994. The Fed will publish minutes of the meeting at 2 p.m. in Washington here on Wednesday. Several policymakers since the June decision have said they're open to going big again on interest rate hikes to try to bring inflation down and curb the hottest price pressures in 40 years. This includes multiple different Federal Reserve governors. This will make home buying even harder for anybody going to buy a home here in the next year or two, or maybe even longer. Anybody who's paying interest on credit cards, anybody who's paying interest on anything that's not a fixed interest rate, anybody who goes to buy a new car or a used car, even. Because you would be taking out a new loan. Any type of new loan you go to take out on anything, you'll be getting a higher interest rate on. And remember, credit cards are not fixed interest rates. Those can adjust at any given time. So those are probably going up and likely already may have gone up. In fact, I just did a really good video on all this and how this will affect your money with rising interest rates. I'll link you to that video here in just a moment here. Really good video. You should check that out. It really kind of shows how interest can really affect your money, how people don't realize this. Is pretty good video. But this is kind of the double-edged sword of inflation, is that they have to raise interest rates to bring down inflation. It is a tool that's proven to work, and countries all across the world are doing it. In fact, the U.S. Was actually criticized for doing it too late. The Fed was criticized for raising interest rates too late, and now they're having to go aggressive to bring down inflation. But remember that inflation is pretty high everywhere. I just showed you the details here in like the last video or two that said the UK's inflation was at like 9.1%. We're at 8.6%, and the entire European Union, so all those different countries collectively combined, they're at 8.1%, I think it was. So this just goes to show you that we're all kind of in the same range-ish with inflation. So it's pretty good, pretty much going on everywhere. I mean, there's slight variances and slight differences depending on the country, but for the most part, gas is high everywhere, food is high everywhere, and inflation is high everywhere. And now everybody is trying to figure out what to do, how to bring it down, and how to get their people through this. Get their people through this. So let me know your thoughts here in the comments. I'll keep you up to date here with everything the Congress is doing, what we need to do, and everything going on here in our country. If you haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel yet, make sure to click the subscribe button down below. It's completely free to do so. It's the best thing going on here. It's the best deal going on here today. Free. Yeah, so click the subscribe button if you haven't yet so you don't miss out on new videos, and then click the bell icon down below so you get notifications when we go live here on a daily basis. I will keep you up to date here. Here is that video. Click on this for that video with interest rates and how it's going to affect you going forward. Really cool video there. And here is my newest video on stimulus checks going out here to millions of people, who's going to get them and when they're going out. So click on one of those videos next. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next video.